channel. Now we have our next winner of the Instagram poll, that being the one and only Shatterglass Shockwave. If I could get my camera to focus. Come on, please focus, sir. Thank you. There we go. The camera does not do this thing justice. It actually looks like it looks way better in person than it does on the camera. And I'm quite proud of this one. The paint here is a bit bled through, so I'll fix that up before I use him to film. But still getting my hands on varnish. Hopefully tomorrow I know where to go and get it from now, so I'm gonna go get it because it is a fair trek away. But this thing is glorious. So the idea for Shatterglass Shockwave it came from someone called DredgeX97. Now if I can find the photo of his Shockwave, I will put it up on the screen. But it is basically, he had the idea for a shattered glass Shockwave, preferably the full Cybertron version, but in Perceptor colors. I absolutely loved it, loved looking at it, but I have more of a earthy kind of mold for all of my Shatterglass figures, so I opted for a bit better of a design. I had an idea to use the SS86 one, because I knew I was going to get one when it came out for just normal Shockwave to replace the retired one that I gave to Optimal. But then I was talking to Optimal about it, and I was like, do you reckon SS86 would be well, or would you think if I can get my hands on the Bumblebee movie one? And after talking to him for a while, we both agreed that it would look amazing with the Bumblebee movie Shockwave, and he was not wrong. It looks absolutely glorious. I am so excited for this thing to actually be on screen when it becomes on screen, because it is so beautiful. I could have used the Shock Blast mold like everyone else does for the Shockwave, but I think this looks better. This actually looks so nice. And like I said, I don't think the camera is doing it justice, because it actually looks so much nicer in real life than it does in just plain old, like, on the camera. So yeah. Now this Shockwave doesn't really come with accessories. The only accessory it does come with is this, and because I know you're gonna ask, I did paint the other hand. I'm not that lazy with my customs anymore. These are more of the recent customs where I'm not so lazy on the painting anymore. I actually fully disassemble them as far as humanly possible now and paint them up. I even got my hands on some of this stuff, if you can see. It is primer. I have the white and black variant of primer. I have way more black than white though, but that's because more figures with lighter colors isn't... I don't have many figures with light colors. But, so you'll start seeing figures without the paint peeking through. But honestly, I think it looks really nice. I like how it, I like how the red and the blue actually mix together. Now this is the exact same blue that I used for Treadshot. So it's that peacock blue. And honestly, that peacock blue mixed with this red, it just looks beautiful. And then he's got some silver accents up on the his little antenna thingies. And the yellow eye, I did that for just a little pop of color. Thought it would make it look nicer. So yeah, that is Shockwave in his robot mode. And like I said, the inspiration comes from Dredge X9, not Crosshair's Productions for once. Now Shockwave will appear, I believe, in part 3, so it'll be a while before you see him. But I do really like this guy, and he is such a standout on the shelf, especially when a lot of the Shatterglass Decepticons have primarily a white color scheme. This is why I try to make renditions that are very different, because I'm not a huge fan of the primarily white color scheme. The one that I couldn't get away with having a primarily white color scheme was Megatron, but my Starscream and, Shockwave and a bunch of others don't have a primarily white color scheme. So you'll see a lot of customs that actually don't have that. But yeah, let's move on and let's see this guy in his vehicle mode.
Later.
Now I'm aware of a couple things on this, notably that little paint scuffing. I will fix that, because I've only just noticed that and I'm very upset about it. But like I said, varnish, hopefully this weekend. But in saying that, he does look really nice. Now this was not a mistake, this is just a little extra bit of colour that I decided on. But she does look nice, and the head, where this needs to be fixed up because that's scraped away after a while, and I'm very upset about it. But to be honest, it does look nice in that it's just the colour. The red and blue makes it look beautiful, and jeez, he does look really nice. So, this is Shockwave in... he doesn't really have a vehicle mode in Shattered Timeline. I don't think there's ever a scene that I've written where Shatterglass Shockwave transforms into a vehicle mode. It just doesn't need it. But in saying that, that's why he gets away with having this kind of Cybertronian tank. He gets away with it because he's not really transforming. It doesn't transform in any way that I know of. So he can get away with it. But let's get him back into vehicle mode, and then we'll move on.
2,000 years later.
Now we finish off Shockwave. So, like I said, these customs from now on pretty much will start getting a bit less rushed and choppier. There's just, I take my time now. This was the first one where I actually started disassembling them fully and taking my time with them. I didn't want it on the shelf immediately. I wanted it to be not necessarily perfect, but near close to perfect. Like the Shatterglass Starscream I've got, the Shatterglass Optimus that I've got, the next customs that are in the works, which is Sentinel Prime, Megatron. I also have an idea for Shatterglass Wheeljack and a Slicer, and so many other ones in my head that I will eventually get time to do over the course of the next couple months while Shattered Timeline works on in the background, as I'm still working on it. It's just... I'm taking my time with the project because we've seen what happens if I rush a project, or if a lot of my projects get delayed regardless, so... Look, I'd hope to have it out by the end of the year, but I'm not fully, what's the word? I don't want to rush it. I don't want to undersell it. I want it to be as best as it possibly can be. So, Shadow Timeline is still coming, I promise. These customs are not halting it at all. These customs are actually helping it, because the more customs I get done for other parts, the quicker they will get done as well. So if I get these, all the figures I have for Shadow Timeline Part 1 are done, so they're all getting tidied up as like during while we wait for Shattered Timeline to be done. They're being basically they're all being tidied up at the moment, and then filming has begun as we speak. So the only thing that I need to wait on is a new Shockwave, because the parts for the original Shockwave didn't work the way I wanted them to. So I gotta wait for a new 86 Shockwave to come into stores, or until I can get one. But once I'm done, I will do every other part besides his. I will do every other part. So that way, all we gotta do is just wait for the Shockwave to come out in about June or so, I think it's coming out. And then from there, we can go ahead and we can get started on the editing process. And everybody is in the middle of doing their lines. I've had some people give me their lines. And then some people are still working on it, and that's fine, because I want people to. I don't want to rush anyone. I want everybody to do this at their own pace. So we will get there when we get there. But in the meantime, I hope these custom videos not only make you want Shattered Timeline to come up more and more after seeing these customs, because you will see quite a few of these on screen. Like, you will see Shockwave eventually. I'm pretty sure part 3 is where I've written him in. But yeah, most notably, we're getting stuff done in the background. So these custom videos are just something that I do as like a little side thing, just so that I'm not not halting content entirely. So you guys still get to see stuff that I'm doing. But yeah, please leave a comment down below. What your favorite custom is so far with the 3 that I've put out, and there will be more to come, so I will post once this video has gone up. I shall post on the Instagram the next custom picking. So I hope everybody has a good day. As filming, this is Easter, so everybody have a good Easter, and then go and enjoy yourself. And please, everybody that watches these videos, go vote on the Instagram. There is a link in the description each time for the vote for the Instagram, so you can go and vote on what custom comes next, so you can have a say in who you see. I believe the next customs that I've got on the shelf ready to go are Shatterglass Optimus custom, Shatterglass Starscream, and Shatterglass Soundwave. Once we've gotten through those 3, we will move on to, by that time, Sentinel and Megatron should be painted up, so we'll have time to look into them as well. But hope everybody enjoys their Easter, and I shall see you on the next custom video, or on an update for Shattered Timeline, which should be coming relatively soon. Although by relatively soon, I mean in the next couple months. But whatever comes first, I shall see you there. Bye-bye.